We got a loaded gun here, aka Patters. A complete unknown. It's a biopic of one Bob Dylan. Where do we go with this? Do we talk about Bob Dylan? Do we talk about the emergence of actor Timothée Chalamet, who got an Oscar nom? Do we discuss James Mangold, the guy behind this movie, the guy behind Walk the Line? Is he the greatest musical biopic director in human history? And we can certainly discuss his career. Do we discuss Bob Dylan and the Bob Dylan effect on creative individuals? Even guys like Steve Jobs. There's a lot to dissect here. There's a lot to go through. There's even commentary on tropes that, sometimes I find troubling when it comes to musical biopics. But this is a year of musical biopics. This is the third best one. So let's go.
On the set.
Camera speed.
Sound production. Take one.
Action!
Third best musical biopic. Piece by piece, the Pharrell story, the Lego story is above this, and Better Man, the monkey movie, is above this as well. Let me just get this off my chest discussing this movie. I would love to have a musical biopic that doesn't include the music. I would like to see the music of the time. I would like to see the creation of the music, but I don't need to hear the songs and get the lyrics and see how maybe it overlaps with real life. I think that's all silliness, but there is a effect that musical biopics have on us, and I've been on a little bit of a deep dive. I've been watching a lot of them, so be on the lookout. We'll be dropping those on this podcast at night, starting with Oliver Stone's The Doors. We gotta talk about our actor Timothée Chalamet. I just did an episode of Call Me by Your Name. We know him from Doom. We know him from Wonka. Bones and All is another movie that he plays a vampire in. That's another movie that's coming. This year we can say because of this movie, and it's impressive. Everything I just said about the music in musical biopics, it's impressive when this guy can play the songs and he can sing, and he sings in the tone and somewhat of the voice and cadence of Bob Dylan. It's amazingly impressive. It's impressive enough to get an Oscar nomination. I agree with that. The best actor category is probably the last great category that the Oscars have every single year, even some of the technical ones. I don't know. I don't know what's happening. But the best actor year after year after year really seems to be a dogfight, and it is the best of the best of the best. And we even have some best actors overflowing into best supporting actor. Ed Burns, big shout out. He got a nomination himself. I believe that might have been his third. Chalamet, I believe, has 2 or 3 himself. It's amazing. He's having one hell of a young career run. He's a part of 2 franchises, like I said, Dune and Wonka. Dune carried over, into the sci-fi glory, and has become the sci-fi movie of this generation. And Wonka, crazy that, right? I believe Wonka is getting a sequel. But he is a all-around actor. He's a performer. He's a weapon. So if he's in your movie, you can expect nothing but good things. In this film, he looks the role. He's photogenic as the role. Phedon Farmiciel. Phedon Farmiciel. This is our cinematographer. He is. He gets the look. There is a grainy texture even from the very first frames of this movie. Now, I get it. We're shooting in 4K. Everything's digital. But we need there needs to be like a distortion in the air sometimes to get a feeling of date. That we're living within a time. We're there. I think this movie is one of the better musical biopics. James Mangold, he really rose to prominence with the 2005 Walk the Line. But before Walk the Line, let's not forget he really has two little misfires in his whole career. But we know him through Heavy, 1995. Heavy was a welcome introduction to the independent movement of the 90s. But he basically gave us Heavy, Copland, and Girl Interrupted. Copland is forever mistaken as a so-so movie. Copland is one amazing film. Kate and Leopold, now we're in the 2000s, 2001. Kate and Leopold, Hugh Jackman, Meg Ryan, one of the great romantic comedies of the day. Identity, 2003, has resonated as one of the top-tier twist endings in film history. Walk the Line, arguably the greatest musical biopic of all time. 3:10 to Yuma, one of the modern-day great Western remakes. Night and Day, largely overlooked. This is Tom Cruise, Cameron Diaz, fish out of the water. It's a go movie. He almost plays Ethan Hunt in this movie. The Wolverine. This is the Wolverine is the one. The major misfire. I've seen it one time. Maybe I should re-explore it. Logan, 2017. The greatest comic book movie of all time, accounted for by many. Ford vs. Ferrari. I love Ferrari. Ford vs. Ferrari might be what I've seen the most from him, only because it's a wonderful process movies, and I love process movies. 2013, Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. AKAPAD's full confession, I have yet to see that movie. Just too much online, just too much fever online. I couldn't approach. But he follows it up a year later with A Complete Unknown. Complete Unknown, we can say one of the greatest musical biopic movies of all time. Now, a little bit of a shout out. 1988, he is co-writer for Disney's Oliver and Company, a largely underrated Disney animated feature. So James Mangold, he knows film sets, he knows actors, he knows process, he knows how to make a movie, he knows story. We do have to say, it is of note that within the 90s independent movement, where low budget movies really were in vogue, they were the thing, finding great stories, great scripts, great actors, all of it, people you never heard of, people you would never care about, and give them a platform. Heavy, Copland, and Girl Interrupted. We got Angelina Jolie through Girl Interrupted. We have to make note of that. And it's Kate and Leopold. I mean, I can really talk about his movies. Kate and Leopold, too. Of this time, it was Kate and Leopold and Sliding Doors as two sci-fi-esque romantic comedies. So with all of that said, AKAPADers, we can talk about this movie. This movie's a full recommendation. It's on Hulu. But without that, we got to touch on Bob Dylan just a little bit. Because there's this... I didn't reference the photo. And I might be wrong. But there's this photo of Steve Jobs wearing no shoes, sitting Indian style in front of a apartment that he has with no furniture. And he's playing records. And he only has a turntable. And one of the albums he has in his hand is Bob Dylan. We hear stories about, and I believe Steve Jobs maybe even spoke about this, with Walter Isaacson for his biography. Steve Jobs was deeply affected by Bob Dylan, as were many people at this time. Bob Dylan somehow tapped into a voice that still speaks to people today. Bob Dylan's still with us, which is amazing. And you kind of want to say, is James Mangold, is he making some of these movies just to talk to the people? Is he making a movie about Johnny Cash just to talk to Johnny Cash? Is he making a movie about Bob Dylan to talk about Bob Dylan or talk to Bob Dylan? I don't know, but I think for him to come back from Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny with this movie and have it positioned in such a way that is conversational, it's artistic, it's career defining. What he is doing next is, we have to pay attention to this director. He is, really too, like coming out of nowhere with Ford versus Ferrari and having that be like right in the middle of Oscar season, as was this movie. Nearly every single, I think on Wikipedia we have a collection. He's got 23 Oscar nominations and 4 wins. He's got 13 BAFTA awards and 3 wins. He's got 10 Golden Globe nominations and 5 wins. Joaquin Phoenix nominated Best Actor, Walk the Line. Timothée Chalamet nominated, Complete Unknown. Best Actress, Reese Witherspoon, Walk the Line, 1. Best Supporting Actress, Angelina Jolie, Girl Interrupted, 1. Best Supporting Actor, Ed Norton. It's insane. It really is. And we really want to say that he is the actor, actress's director. He's never on the list of people to pay attention to, but he is one of our modern masters. He's also, too, a little bit of a shout out, creative consultant for John Wick, and story consultant for Wolverine, Deadpool. Oh, and excuse me, we have another Monica Barbaro, playing somewhat the girlfriend folk singer, also nominated for Best Supporting Actress. His movies are just littered with nominations. Now, and he's also a Cal Arts guy, hilarious. So here's the thing, AKAPADers. Do we want, when will, I almost said, do we want this guy to win? When will he ascend? Oh my God, let me finish this. When will we get James Mangold's breakthrough movie? Because it's going to happen. He has to make something that really breaks the ice for him, that gets that Oscar gold. And do we want it though? That's a little bit of what I was saying. Do we want it? Because we have a lot of these diversity DEI requirements for Oscars. I don't know, but he is one of our guys. He's one of the modern masters. This movie. Now, there's another Bob Dylan movie called "I'm Not There" that we will also be discussing. So be on the lookout for that. And if you don't remember that movie, I believe it was 2006. Get ready, because we do have dueling Bob Dylan movies with the difference between these two movies. It's almost like it's a perfect film argument. All right, AK Powers, be on the lookout for that. Rock and roll. Welcome back to the show. Subscribe, support, leave a comment, and go visit akapad.com.
Okay, that's a wrap.